everybody. Welcome back to another season of Rose Recap. I'm DeAnna Pappas.
And I'm Nicole Seidman.
And I tell you what, I am super stoked to be here because we are back covering Bachelor Pad 2.
And what is better than taking the most beautiful, scandalous, dramatic alumni from The Bachelor and Bachelorette and putting them in a house vying for $250,000. It does not get better than that. And last night's 3-hour premiere was proof of that. I mean, how bomb was it?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. And since we can't cover it all because we don't have that much time, we're going to hit the high points with a little game that we like to call Bachelor Blabber. Now, basically, we picked some quotes that were funny and interesting, and I'm going to read them, and I want to see if you at home can guess who said them. And actually, DeAnna hasn't heard them yet either, so she's going to guess who said them as well. All right, you guys ready to start?
Ready.
All right, first one up. The prize on The Bachelor sucks. I would way rather have lost.
Ooh, the prize on The Bachelor sucks.
Could only be a winner.
Clearly, it could only be one person. I think DeAnna said this quote.
You said it, sister. You're right about that.
I tell you what, I'm a little worried for DeAnna. She's coming off as a little too harsh, having some negative things to say, and the poor girl, like she's there with her ex-fiance Jake, and we all know how that turned out. That breakup thing was awful to watch. This is an awkward situation for DeAnna, excuse me. And you know what? DeAnna's only ever been nice to me. She's only been very friendly to me, and you know, I'm hoping for her to come out on top in the end.
All right, well, that's very nice of you, and I never met her, so I'll take your word for it. However, she seems a little two-faced to me, but we'll see how the season plays out. And now it's time for the next quote, which is, I'm gonna take Jake and wipe my Pavelka.
Oh gosh, I remember this quote because it was classic. Yes. This quote came from Casey, and you know what? In true chivalry, Casey is just trying to stick up for DeAnna because this is an awkward situation for him as well. And you know what? I've met Casey. He runs a great charity. He's doing good work, and you know what? Hey, he didn't get that guard and protect heart tattoo for no reason. He's guard and protecting DeAnna's heart. So you go, Casey.
Yeah, Casey, I'm thinking you need to step it up a little because I think Jake looks a little bit tougher than you, but that's okay. Once again, we'll see how it plays out. And in the meantime, let's move on to our final quote, which is, Blake uses big words, which is attractive.
Oh, I know this quote all too well. This comes from my girl, Holly. You know what? This is going to be awkward as Bachelor Pad 2 goes on because I don't know if everybody's aware of this, but Holly and I are really, really great friends. And another coincidence, Holly used to date my soon-to-be brother-in-law, Michael Stagliano, who is also on Bachelor Pad 2. And you know what? They are not together, and I want the best for both of them, but I have to admit, I'm Team Michael.
Oh, I don't blame you, DeAnna. You gotta pick family side, definitely. And how a bomb will your wedding present be if he wins?
Well, apparently really bomb. Nicole can't even talk. You go, girl.
I just got all flustered thinking about like a $125,000 wedding present. Not that he would, but you know what? I'm rooting for you too, Michael, and don't forget about me if you win.
We're definitely rooting for Michael in the Stagliano household.
Oh, that's very nice. All right, you guys. Well, Michael, luckily for him, is part of the alliance that formed right off the bat. You know how they get down on these shows, forming alliances so that they can strategically plan who goes home and who doesn't. And it definitely worked for the core four last night, didn't it?
Yes, you know what? Two people went home. Allie and Justin rated R went home in the rose ceremony. But you know what, guys? We have a really big surprise for you because one person that did not go home on any rose ceremonies last season was Miss Natalie Getz, who won season 1 of Bachelor Pad. And I'll tell you what, she's a good friend of mine, and she did me a favor and came in today for Rose Recap.
She's in the house. Let's bring her out, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yay.
Hey, everybody, and we are back with season 1 of Bachelor Pad. The winner, Natalie Getz. Are you sharing any of that cash?
You know, honestly, I came here today to flaunt my new winnings. This is about all I have left, and it's about $85.
Oh, you've been having a good time, huh?
Yeah, we're going to go party after this at Chuck E. Cheese or Olive Garden.
Oh, man. Speaking of playing, you know what, Natalie? You saw the rose ceremony last night, and Allie and Justin rated R went home. How do you feel about that?
I felt really bad for Allie because from what I've heard is she is so sweet and down to earth and doesn't have a bad bone in her body, and I think she just got caught up in the game because she was unfamiliar with the rest of her castmates. And rated R, he played that game miserably. Him and Juan unfortunately went in there trying to play everyone's team, everyone's side, talked about it behind their backs, and it got him sent home. So
he had no game.
Well, you know what? Speaking of no game, it bit him in the butt. But you know what, Natalie? I'm wondering, since you went through this before, what are you most looking forward to in this season? And hey, you know what? What's your best advice for these contestants? Because they're fixing to get it.
Yeah, you know, honestly, this season is so different than mine, and Chris Harrison said that himself because with the first season, we had already formed these friendships with no intentions of winning money because we didn't know what Bachelor Pad was. And with Bachelor Pad 2, everyone has been manipulative to each other before the show's even started. So my original advice was, just be friends, be yourself, and may the best man win. But that's not the case this time around. So the advice I can give you now is quit talking about everyone behind their backs. Sorry, and I'm going to keep this short, but if you guys noticed, before everyone even moved into the Bachelor Pad, they were already talking about them behind their backs, which I thought was a bad move.
Bad start.
Yeah, but it was pretty juicy if you ask me.
It's great TV, let's be honest.
Yes, all right. Now, what I'm dying to know is what did you do with the money, sister?
I paid off most of my college debt.
Okay.
I paid off my Jeep. And, you know, I've been using a lot of it to fly home and see my family in Chicago. I have 4 nephews and a niece, and so that's been very important, and a lot of my money has been going to Virgin America.
That's a nice plug.
And you know what, Natalie? I want to make sure everyone out there knows this. I know that you also do a blog for Bachelor TV, but your real thrive in life is styling, right? You opened up a styling business.
Exactly. You can find me at getzstyle.com. That's G-E-T-Z style.com. I'm a fashion stylist and writer, so follow me on Twitter at Natalie Getz, and you will see my blog, my fashion blog for thebachelor.tv.
Ooh, yay, I'm definitely going to check it out. And now, you guys, we got to wrap it up with our poll question of the week, one of my favorite parts. And this week's poll question is, are you Team Jake or DeAnna? You can drop your answers at on Twitter at RoseRecap. Tweet us. We want to know what you think. Tweet us, Team Jake or Team DeAnna. Maybe let us know why. You know, the juicier the better. And that's all the time we have for today. So we will see you next time with another fabulous and juicy episode of Rose Recap.
See you later.
Bye, guys.